All right, guys. So the Buffalo Bills get the job done, 31 to 14 against the Carolina Panthers. And I'm just gonna say this right here, guys. A win's a win. You got to take it as it is. You don't. It's not easy to get wins in this league, but I mean, I don't have any confidence at all in this football team beating New England next week. I'm sorry, I just don't. I know a lot of people will say, well, the Colts absolutely destroyed the Patriots, and I agree with that, right? A lot of people will say, well, Mac Jones is trash. Mac Jones didn't have a good enough game. The Bills defense can play really, really good against the pass, even without Tre'Davious White. But the Patriots beat us by throwing the ball 3 times. Do I still feel confident that this Bills team can stop the run? No. The Panthers, we all knew what the Panthers were going to do this football game. We all knew what type of play they were going to have with Cam Newton. We all knew that they were going to try to establish a run because that was the only way for them to win this game. Cam Newton can't throw the ball. I keep trying to tell people this. His arm is shot. All that brutal-ass punishment by running Cam all those years in Carolina, and then, it took an effect to him. It affected him. It affects him to this day. All that brutal punishment, which, by the way, he got punished today, it took, you can just tell. He can't throw the football, right? The accuracy, that last pass that he threw was one of the, what are you thinking? What are you doing there? Cam Newton is not good anymore. His time has passed him. So when I look at so again, what this game doesn't tell me anything. This win against the Panthers doesn't tell me anything. It tells me that we can beat a mediocre football team. That's the majority of our wins are against mediocre football teams. So, no, I don't feel confident at all that we will beat New England. I feel like if I'm Bill Belichick, I will simply do the same thing by running the football because the Bills have not shown any progression at all that they can stop the run. Over 150 yards we gave up for this football game. And again, that could be considered good for Bills standards, but compared to what we gave up over the last, 5-6 games of the season, we didn't even let a team rush for more than 80 yards against us in the first 5-6 games of the year. All of a sudden, man, we just go against these teams that can actually run the football, man, and we just can't stop a damn cold. Now, in the red zone, yes, and I guess that's the most important part is that you want to try to limit possessions, you want to try to limit touchdowns. That's very, very important. But again, our offense struggled today. Some people will say, well, Josh Allen had 3 touchdown passes, and right, Gabriel Davis had a kind of in a way had a breakout game, had 85 receiving yards in this game, had a couple of touchdowns. But again, Josh Allen did not have any time to throw the football. Spencer Brown, we talk about Spencer Brown is the best lineman. I even said he was the best lineman. Spencer Brown got absolutely destroyed. And it's the last couple of weeks. He's gotten absolutely murdered off the edge. Whether if it's Yatir Gross-Matos or Brian Burns, who absolutely owned him in this football game, Spencer Brown couldn't fucking block a cold. Mitch Morse sucked. I think Ryan Bates started today. He was not good. I forgot because I know Deion Dawkins. I don't think he played today because of the situation. But our offensive line was not good today. It was horrible. And some people will say, well, this was against a top 5 rated defense. Well, guess what we're going to go? Guess what we're going against next week? Another top rated defense. Again, a win is a win. Let's give credit to the Buffalo Bills for fighting to get a way to win because we could be like the Arizona Cardinals and lose to the Detroit Lions. But I don't feel any confidence. Like this win feels like a loss to me. There's really nothing that much to take away. Our offensive line continues to struggle. Josh Allen threw a careless, kind of, I wouldn't say really, I'll take that back. It wasn't really a careless. I think that was just a phenomenal bait by Jeremy Chin. But, our defense couldn't stop the run. We got off the field in very important situations. We were the first turnover, so I give our defense a little bit of credit for that. I think Frazier called a pretty good game plan. But again, for the most part, over 170 yards. Josh Allen barely had any time to throw the football, was literally running for his life. I think he got sacked 4 times. I'm not confident. Like, if any of you guys can prove me wrong about how we can beat New England next week, please. Right? Because I'm not confident, man. Like, there's just There's nothing that I saw from this game that changes my mind. I knew we were going to beat Carolina. I just wanted to see something, whether if it was our offensive line, whether if it was our running game. And we had over 86 yards rushing. This was actually the first game, I think, since 2017 that Singletary actually had more than 20 carries. But even then, man, I mean, Singletary just kept churning out 3-4 yards, and it wasn't even his fault. The offensive line was just trash. Offensive line just couldn't run block. And I keep trying to tell people, man, listen, Singletary might not be a true number one running back, but my goodness gracious, he needs help. He can't do shit when you can't block for him. He's the only running back on this team that has vision, that has the quickness, that has the agility, that can churn you out consistent 4 or 5 yard runs. Damn near for his career, he's almost averaged 5 yards a carry, man. But yeah, I'll give our run game credit. I mean, we finally had a running back in I don't know how many weeks. Finally had a break over 80 yards. But I don't know. I just don't feel that. I just don't feel confident that we're going to beat New England next week, and I hope we do, because if we beat New England, then I think we're actually number one in the AFC conference. Not in the AFC conference, but in the AFC East. Or we'll be tied for New England for the AFC East. And I think at that point it would just come down to conference record, but I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about this game, Bills fans. If you guys feel any confidence at all, or any fans in general, that the Bills can beat New England. I don't know. But anyway, guys, Gen Sports, aka Gen 716. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.